Okay, so I know for a fact I'm going to piss off so many Swifties. But I don't think it's a bad thing that she was changed from country to pop. Because she actually is pop music. A lot of people are probably going to be like, how are you going to say Taylor Swift is pop music? Well, I am a country music fan. I know a lot of poppy music when I hear it. And Taylor Swift does not make country. She makes pop music. I've said this for years to people, and everyone is like, no, Taylor Swift makes country. It says it right there. That's on her logo and all that. And I'm like, have you actually heard what her music sounds like? Does it sound like Rascal Flatts? Does it sound like Dolly Parton? Does it sound like Willie Nelson? Does it sound like any country song you have ever heard? And the answer is no. Taylor Swift's music does not sound like country music. Maybe at some points here and there, at the beginning when she was making her music, it did sound a little country, but at the end of the day, it was still very poppy. I mean, that's kind of what I originally heard when I used to listen to her. And I was a pretty big fan of her back in the day. I thought she was doing quite well. I mean, she was a great young woman, but then, she kind of soiled it on my point of view on her. I'm not going to say anything about her because I feel it's messed up to spread hatred about someone, especially if you don't really know them. I mean, I hear stories here and there about Taylor Swift doing all sorts of crazy shenanigans and going nuts everywhere, basically being the world's biggest crazy person. But I don't know Taylor Swift. None of you guys know Taylor Swift. None of us can make judgments on Taylor Swift. And even though we've heard things about her on media and all sorts of things, we don't know her. So if you guys are gonna say any sort of hatred towards Taylor Swift because of something I said, that's just wrong. Just because I don't like some of the stuff I've seen about her in the past few years doesn't mean I'd hate her, because I don't know her. So, yeah. Back to the whole country music thing. I don't view her music as country. From the very beginning, I always thought it was just very nicely soft pop music. And as the years went along, it became more and more like pop music. So the fact that all her albums, a bunch of them were being recategorized as pop, seems to make sense in my eyes, ears, in general. I mean, you guys can say what you feel, but I feel Taylor Swift makes pop music. And I wouldn't put her in the same category as any of the country artists I've listened to in years. I mean, I have explored many genres, and I've listened to hip-hop, R&B, I've listened to country, I've listened to, K-pop, J-pop, all sorts of different, music categories, and I feel that if we're gonna go and say straight up that Taylor Swift's music is country music, that's kind of messing with the dynamic of what country music is. I mean, I feel personally that a lot of country music has to do with a deep, intense love for one's country, and a very soulful feel to the world around you. And I mean, American country music is quite intense to a degree, if you've ever listened to some of the older stuff, say from yet again Dolly Parton, I love Dolly. If Dolly Parton came up to me, I would just fangirl so incredibly hard right now. I'd be like, oh my god, it's Dolly Parton, oh my god. But yeah, if she came up to me and she just gave me a big ol' hug, and I'd be the happiest camper on earth. But I would never say Dolly Parton is pop music. I would say she's country. I've listened to her stuff back in the day, and I've listened to her stuff now. I mean, nothing's stopping me from listening to Dolly. I love her so much. And the fact that Billy Ray's getting back out there is pretty amazing. I mean, people appreciating the older artists, I think, is beautiful. And I've always had an appreciation for older artists. I think that they definitely deserve plenty of love and respect. Just because they've gotten older doesn't mean they aren't amazing. I mean, there are so many amazing artists out there. But back to Taylor, I mean, I have no disrespect towards Taylor. I feel like if she wants to make her music her way, then by all rights, she should be able to do so. But getting upset over someone saying that her music isn't country is kind of silly. I mean, her music really isn't country. Like, I mean, I'm not the expert in constituting what is country, so this is just my opinion. But I've listened to a lot of country music, and her music doesn't have that same feel. Her music has a very, I don't know, I guess Avril Lavigne type feel. Sort of like, I mean, except maybe Avril did things a little differently. Like, her music was like pop rock type thing, but that's kind of the feel I get when I listen to Taylor Swift. She kind of feels like, I don't know, like when I was a teenager, and like, I don't know how to describe it. And like, there are many things I could say that I'm not entirely fond of, but miscategorization is sort of a pet peeve of mine, and the fact that for years they were calling her country seemed to bother me. Because I don't know, maybe if I re-listen to some of that music, maybe I'll get the feel of country when listening to it, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like country to me. And yet again, this is my opinion. You don't have to like be like, Taylor Swift, you lied to us for years! Oh. But yeah, or be like, what's wrong with you, Phantom Celebi? Can't you hear the subtle mandolin? Oh, if you guys like listen to a lot of stuff about country music, one of the jokes about it is like the stadium style country music isn't really country music because it's made by like these people who don't have a grasp on what the real world is like. But I would say listen to this one song called Pandering, or Country Song. I think it was called either one of those, but it was so incredibly funny, and the way he described how modern day country is very true in my eyes. But also, I mean, maybe that's just what modern day country is like. Maybe I'm just really old. And I'm thinking about the way country used to sound like, but modern day country probably doesn't sound like that at all. It's like, I mean, rap back when I was a kid was like actual rap. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna offend rappers now. I'm gonna be very clear about this. I was never really truly a fan of rap music, but I feel like the older stuff definitely did sound a little, I don't know, it felt like it had more depth to it, and the newer stuff kind of feels weird to me. Like they're mashing the pop category into the modern day rap music, and then they're making it into something different, which I'm all for, you know, experimenting. And maybe that's what Taylor's music represents, the current generation experimenting with different categories. But I don't know, I guess me being in my 30s, I hear her stuff and I think, this is the music that you play at a kid's birthday party at McDonald's, because you know she's not gonna be going nuts in the song. It's gonna be like when I was a little girl and we were at McDonald's and we were listening to Britney Spears. That's how Taylor Swift feels to me. She feels like a very different Britney Spears. I'm gonna say I still like Britney a little more. I mean, I'm not being mean. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not. because it's just me having a bit of nostalgia for the things that I loved back as a kid, and those things resonated good feelings for me. And whenever I listen to Taylor Swift's music, I would say the only song now that gives me that sort of good feeling would be the first one I heard from her, which was that, what was it called? Okay, I'm bad with remembering names of songs, but, it was something about Romeo and Juliet, which, if you guys actually read Romeo and Juliet, it's not a very good thing to compare your life to. Do not write a song about Romeo and Juliet, because, that story didn't end well. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end this here. Hope you guys didn't get too bothered by this. Hope that Taylor Swift's fans aren't gonna come charging at me because I said that her music isn't country. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe for more spastastic content, and I love you guys. Stay awesome. Bye-bye. Bye. Goodbye, Taylor. Have a good day. It's time once again for the Phantom Squad top tier. These are for the people who are awesome sauce. And awesome sauce goes in just about anything. It goes in soups, it goes in salads, it goes on everything, because it's the best kind of sauce there is, and you guys are awesome sauce. So, you go in about anything. God. Anyway, I want to say I love you, and here's a shout out to everybody who have been great to me with supporting me on Patreon, Twitter, and etc. So here's to you, Jazz the Chameleon, Potato _ a bunch of numbers, Edie Rose 23, Cute Girl Sim, Calorie _ Aiken, Malunix 5, Carissa Sims, Benjamin GYT, Lovely Laura, Veggie Gamer, Base Shaman, EJ Black Dove, Trippy D, Ray of Sunshine X1, Sonic Jenny, Shipdy, Kaleda Sims, Prismatic Simmer, Sims Lita, Stray Shadow Cat, Sims Lita, and Josh CHG. Hopefully I will be able to do that better, because there's so many names, and the Phantom Squad has been building. It has been building and festering and becoming an army of one, or of many. The one leading being you guys, because I'm nothing without you. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon, and I love you. Bye-bye. Mwah. See ya!
Watch out!